Wait me, don't you?
Tune in to Kons Podcast.
Kons Podcast.
Wait me, don't you? Wait me,
Hit
don't
that
you?
like button, subscribe and share.
Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you?
Constant content.
Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you?
Constant content.
Wait me, don't you?
Motherfucking podcast.
Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you?
Constant motherfucking content.
So new updates, you know what I'm saying? New updates, we all know Tekashi house had just got robbed. You feel me? I had touched on that 2 episodes ago, I guess it was. Yeah, I'm saying we all been seeing these type of evidence. We already got the pictures of them together. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, he was definitely kicking it with her. Definitely was intertwined with her for sure. You know what I'm saying? So the Google CEO was named Sundar Pichai gives a warning about the future of AI as they released a new AI model, Gemini 3.0. He said to not blindly trust the AI system, artificial intelligence for robots. You know what I'm saying? They got all of that coming, implementing it into our society and the way we live, implementing it into our workplaces. Yeah, what's happening? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? You know what I'm saying? On this good Wednesday, you feel me? November 19th, 2:20 in the afternoon. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Got episode 333 for y'all today. You know what I mean? Just a few little updates. You know what I'm saying? A few little updates from yesterday. Things we talked about yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I got some updates on that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the last episode 332 though. You know what I'm saying? Where I let you know that Patrick Beverly was arrested. You know what I'm saying? For abusing his little sister after catching up with an 18-year-old boy. You know what I mean? Also let you know that Diddy got a new charge. Launched a new criminal investigation out of LA. Some dude saying he had sexually assaulted him. Also, I'll let you know on some new info on the David case. You know what I mean? Some new info that came out. I hope you enjoyed that. That was yesterday's episode. You know what I mean? I got a fresh set of topics for you today. You know what I'm saying? Today, we're going to be going over an update from yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Got some new David case updates. I got some updates on the Tekashi house being robbed. You know what I'm saying? People were saying that it was the Island Boys. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I got a few updates for today. You know what I'm saying? If you new here and you just now subscribed, this your first episode. This is where we go over the news, go over the headlines, go over updates, go over current events, whatever that's been happening, whatever you've seen in your optical, whenever you first logged on, whether your homepage was MSNBC, Yahoo News, Google News, you know what I'm saying? Hip Hop DX, whatever the case may be, whatever is your homepage, you're probably touching on one of them headlines that you seen right here on Kons Podcast. You know what I mean? I'm probably touching on one of the headlines that you seen right here on Kons Podcast. You know what I mean? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for joining in. Thank y'all for tuning in. You feel me? Without no more further ado, though, let's go ahead and jump right into these topics. You know what I mean? On this good Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week. You know what I'm saying? So some new updates. We're going to touch on Tekashi house being robbed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was saying it was the Island Boys. Got some new updates on that. We're going to touch on some new updates on the David case and also the Google CEO Sundar Pichai give us a warning about the future of AI as they release Gemini 3.0. You know what I'm saying? That's everything we're going to be touching on today. So without further ado, no more chit chat, no more banter. You know what I'm saying? Let's jump right into these topics. So new updates, you know what I'm saying? New updates, we all know Tekashi house had just got robbed. You feel me? I had touched on that 2 episodes ago, I guess it was. Yeah, 2 episodes. That was episode 331. You know what I'm saying? To let you know that Tekashi house had got robbed. Everybody was saying that it might have been the Island Boys, you know what I mean? So I got some new information on that. The Island Boys was releasing a bunch of videos saying that they wasn't there, saying he was in Vegas. Somebody else in the background of some video he put out was saying, yo, they don't even know you're here. They thought you were there. Think you were in Vegas. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know what I mean? Speculations are still going around. People are still thinking that it was them who robbed the house, even though 6ix9ine said that it was not. Said it was just some white kids from the neighborhood, he said. You know what I mean? Also got that clip you're going to see. You know what I'm saying? So the next little clips you're going to see. First, you're going to see the clips of 6ix9ine. The Island Boys, you know what I'm saying? Putting out little videos addressing the allegations that people think it was them that robbed the house. You're going to see videos from that, and then I'm going to put the video of 6ix9ine explaining that it was some kids from the neighborhood. Check these clips out.
Did I get questioned by them? Yes. And the main reason why I got questioned by them was because the internet. Guys, you guys need to stop it. The internet thing, it needs to stop. Yes, I got questioned by them. Yes, I did. That's not cool, and that's not funny.
Wait,
Not
don't
at
you?
all. TMZ, and I told her the whole situation. Like, it's weird that I'm from where I know exactly where he lived and everything. But what does the Island Boy have anything to do with? I was supposed to show up that night. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to show up that night. Just a coincidence. Like, I'm gonna debunk it through TMZ and stuff like that. Spoke to a nice lady through TMZ source, and it just like it makes no sense to put me in that category. Like, come on, everybody knows I'm from that city, so I have too much to lose, and they just want to come after me. Like, it makes no
Wait,
sense.
me, don't you?
Hey, for anyone that's saying that I had robbed somebody's house, 6ix9ine. Red is in the west coast of Florida, and I was in Vegas. I just got to Florida, just now. I'm riding a taxi. I just got to Florida. What you saying? You tripping? I ain't robbed nothing. Huh?
Wait, me, don't you?
Oh damn, cuz. It's detailed right there.
Nah, you feel, bro? Yo, no one's gonna know that you're here, bro.
Sure.
Yeah. I think you're in Vegas.
It's true.
Wait, me,
At
don't
least
you?
you were saying it was the Island Boys.
No, I don't even think Island Boys.
No, that's what I saw. I swear. That's what.
There
No.
were kids in this neighborhood.
What
so
the
let
fuck?
me leave
Yo.
that real clear. There's 230 homes in my neighborhood. What it's pointing out to be, yeah, he didn't do that then. But
Yeah, he was being
what was pointed out to be that it was kids in the neighborhood because there was no car that came in, no car that left. So it was white kids at that.
No way.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell no.
I thought they
White
were.
boys.
Oh, it was a mask. So you can.
Yeah, so there was no tattoos. So
Are you gonna be?
this myth that it was those two brothers that there's no tattoos, their face was able to see, there was no tats, so that's just a myth. It's just Instagram conspiracy, whatever fuck.
Well,
but anyway, long story short, I'm
yeah.
glad that my mom's okay. I'm glad that my dog's okay. I'm
She's
glad
a good
that my
soul.
family's okay.
Amazing.
And yeah, these people took the opportunity when I
Wait,
wasn't.
me, don't you?
That was a bunch of videos. The Island Boys addressing the issue. Said the police had talked to him. TMZ had talked to him. You know what I'm saying? But then Tekashi said that it was some kids from the neighborhood. You know what I mean? When he wasn't even there. I don't know who it was. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely looked like it could have been the Island Boys. They definitely had the same type of swag, same type of walk, same type of stature, posture. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You know what I mean? Definitely. If it wasn't them, it's somebody that was fans of them or looked like them or tried to look like them or something of that nature. You know what I mean? Because the ones who was in the house definitely, and the dog definitely had to know him too, because the dog just wasn't barking. The dog was just not even, you know what I'm saying, doing nothing. You feel me? He wasn't even sniffing, curious about them or none of that. So the dog definitely knew them dudes who came in the house. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely familiar for sure. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is, you know what I mean? It's funny seeing that the Island Boys is putting out all these videos, you know what I'm saying? Being that everybody was saying that they are the people responsible, you know what I mean? Probably got the police investigating them, TMZ talking to them and all this and that, but now y'all look a striking resemblance to the people who robbed that house though, you know what I mean? I don't know if it was y'all, can't say it was y'all, that was definitely masked up, but the skinny legs, the lankiness, you know what I'm saying? The way to walk, he hollered out, yo, Red, you know what I'm saying? All in the video and y'all in the camera, so I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it's a sad situation. Now they had a 60-year-old mom going through that, you know what I mean? Which ain't cool. New updates on this David case, you know what I'm saying? This David case now he is being looked at as a suspect. They saying that David likely had help disposing of her and cutting her up. They also said David has never cooperated with the authorities despite the internet saying that he was cooperating. Investigators say that David took a trip to the spring to a remote location. This is that pic that we were talking about that the private investigator had showed you, the pic from January 2025. You know what I mean? Said he went to a remote location and stayed there to some location in the woods, I think it said, and was there for a few hours. You know what I mean? Then they had a photo, like I said, the photo from January 2005 from David's camera that was picked picked up by the house raid, you know what I'm saying? So next little clip, you're going to see the clip, you're going to see Khadisha Lynn, you know what I'm saying, breaking this down, how David is now suspected as a suspect in this case of Celeste Rivas. Check it out.
Now being viewed as a suspect in the investigation into what happened to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And this information is being reported by multiple different outlets. Police talked to NBC4 out of Los Angeles, and they told them that Celeste's death likely occurred in the spring and that David likely had help in dismembering and disposing of her. This is a huge deal because this is the first time that we are actually hearing confirmation once again that Celeste was in fact dismembered. They go on to report that Celeste was found in the front trunk of David's Tesla and her remains were in a bag, and they confirmed once again that law enforcement sources told them that the remains were not intact. NBC in Los Angeles is also confirming that David has never cooperated with this investigation despite earlier reports that he was cooperating, and he still has not cooperated with the police. And this is not the only report that talks about David not cooperating with the authorities. ABC7 out of Los Angeles is reporting that David is not cooperating with the investigation of the passing of Celeste Rivas Hernandez and has never cooperated with this investigation. And even TMZ is reporting the same exact headline with more information about this. According to the source that talked to TMZ, there is no paperwork that is classifying David as a suspect, but one of their sources told them that investigators are looking at David as a suspect. Source also told TMZ that they are viewing Celeste's death as a homicide, even though the medical examiner has yet to determine the cause or manner of her passing. Investigators are still waiting for toxicology results. This source also told TMZ that the police investigation revealed that around spring of 2025, David took a trip in the middle of the night to a remote area of Santa Barbara County and remained there for several hours. TMZ does say that they did not double source that information, but it is also unclear why a spring trip would be on the LAPD's radar. TMZ goes on to say that we have not been able to find a photo or video of Celeste since September of 2024, but that's not the case. We know this because just about a week ago, new photos were released by the PI that is investigating this case. This photo of Celeste was taken on December 30th of 2024, and this came from David's camera that was found by this private investigator in the LA home after he moved out. Mind you, the private investigator Steve Fisher said the last photo on this camera that he has of Celeste and that he has saw since investigating all of this was January 2nd of 2025. And he's been trying to pinpoint if anybody has saw her past the date of January 2nd of 2025. This is huge news that everybody has kind of been waiting for. We are now hearing from multiple different news sources that David is being viewed as a suspect by investigators. We are also hearing that he never cooperated with the investigation and still isn't cooperating. We are also learning that they are treating Celeste's passing as an unaliving case. This is probably one of the main reasons why they have been so tight-lipped about this whole entire situation, because if they come with the wrong charges too early before having results from like the autopsy, they could mess up the whole entire case. But I do feel like we're starting to get to the point where we're probably going to have some big answers, and we're probably going to have them sooner than later. Y'all, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
You know what I'm saying? It's Khadisha Lynn breaking it all down for you. You know what I'm saying? And this case is weird. You know what I mean? It's weirder and weirder. Like I said last time, it just gets weirder as about a day. You know what I'm saying? It's just everything is so tight-lipped. Ain't nobody saying nothing. There's all these people involved, but ain't nobody saying nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just weird, but it's dope. It's finally they getting some light, shedding some light on some things. I guess they basically are waiting for that toxicology report to come back. We still haven't heard nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? But just this is the type of evidence that we all been seeing on the internet. You know what I'm saying? We all been seeing these type of evidence. We already got the pictures of them together. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely kicking it with her. Definitely was intertwined with her for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just a matter of time now that they definitely investigating and looking at him as a suspect. You know what I mean? We all feel as people looking in that y'all should have been did that. You know what I'm saying? Because the evidence is definitely stacked against him, and it's definitely showing that he definitely was near, had something to do with it, paid somebody to do it, something. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely tied to the girl. So you know what I mean? And it's definitely looking like he was tied to the unaliving. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Now they're saying it was unaliving. You know what I mean? Instead of, because first they were saying they didn't see no homicide at play by the evidence. You know what I mean? So the case is weird. weird, you know what I'm saying? But now finally it looks like we getting some light shine down, and he is now named as a suspect where he should have been, you know what I'm saying? He should have been named as a suspect, you know what I mean? Because everything is showing that you are definitely a suspect, you know what I'm saying? That's that David case, real iffy, real weird case, you know what I mean? The Google CEO was named Sundar Pichai, gives a warning about the future of AI as they released a new AI model, Gemini 3.0. He said to not blindly trust the AI systems and models being introduced. Said every company will be affected. They say if the so-called AI bubble was to burst. Also said it already has many red flags in the AI boom. You know what I'm saying? The AI boom. Now everything is converting over to AI. You know what I mean? He said it's plenty and several red flags already. You know what I mean? So the next little clip you're going to see him, the dude Sundar Pichai, speaking on this situation about AI and his new Gemini model coming. Check it out. Excuse me. Small interruption to this episode. If you ain't hit the subscribe button, now it's your time to hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? If you ain't hit it yet, go ahead and hit that right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the episode.
Is it accurate always? Does it tell the truth?
Look, we are working hard from a scientific standpoint to ground it in real world information. And there are areas, part of what we have done with Gemini is we've brought the power of Google search. So it uses Google search as a tool to try and to give answers more accurately. But there are moments, these AI models fundamentally have a technology by which they're predicting what's next, and they are prone to errors.
Yeah. You know some of the examples. There was an example of glue as a pizza ingredient, a sitting senator wrongly accused of assault. This is bad, isn't it?
Today, I think we take pride in the amount of work we put in to give as accurate information as possible, but the current state-of-the-art AI technology is prone to some errors. Right. So you have to learn to use these tools and for what they are good at, and not blindly trust everything they say.
Truth matters, yeah?
Yeah, truth matters, journalism matters, all of the surrounding things we have today matters, right? So if you're a student, you're talking to your teacher, if as a consumer, you're going to a doctor, you want to trust your doctor. Yeah,
The company would be affected if the so-called AI bubble were to burst. That's a stark warning from the head of Google's parent company, Alphabet. In an interview with the ABC, he says there are red flags already in the AI boom.
There are elements of irrationality through a moment like this. No company is going to be immune, including us. If you overinvest, we'll have to work through that phase.
Analysts have sounded the alarm in recent months, suggesting stock markets are heading for a repeat of the dot-com boom and then collapse of the late 1990s.
Revolution is underhyped, and here's why. The arrival of this new intelligence will profoundly change our country and the world in ways we cannot fully understand. And none of us, including myself and frankly anyone in this room, is prepared for the implications of this. What's happening at the moment in our industry is that we're very, very quickly, for example, developing AI programmers, and these AI programmers will replace traditional software programmers. We're building in the next year AI mathematicians that are as good as the top-level graduate students in math. This is happening very quickly. Today you think of AI as ChatGPT, but what it really is a reasoning and planning system that we've never seen before. The implication of this is profound. In terms of the way the algorithms work, they're going to need a lot more computation than we've ever had. They're going to need a lot more energy, and I'll talk about that. What does the industry need? We need high skills immigration, light touch regulation around cyber and bio threats, and most importantly, we need the energy. And the numbers are profound. What we need from you, if I may say that directly, is we need energy in all forms. Renewable, non-renewable, whatever. It needs to be there, and it needs to be quickly. I and others are investing in things like fusion, which are incredible, but they're not going to arrive soon enough for the need. So people are planning 10 gigawatt data centers. Now, just to do the translation, an average nuclear power plant in the United States is 1 gigawatt. How many nuclear power plants can we make in 1 year where we're planning this 10 gigawatt data center? Gives you a sense of how big this crisis is. One of the estimates that I think is most likely is that data centers will require an additional 29 gigawatts of power by 2027 and 67 more gigawatts by 2030. Gives you a sense of the scale that we're talking. These things are industrial at a scale I have never seen in my life. Now, why is this all important? When you build these systems, you have intelligence in the computer and then eventually human level intelligence. Some people think it's within 3 to 4 years. Then after that, you have something called superintelligence. And superintelligence is the intelligence that's higher than of humans. We believe, as an industry, that this could occur within a decade. It is crucial that America get there first.
Talking about this AI and the future of AI as they introduce Gemini 3.0, you know what I mean? I already said how I feel about this AI stuff, you know what I mean? There's definitely too much money being invested in it to a uncertain future of it. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the future holds for AI, artificial intelligence, for robots. You know what I'm saying? They got all of that coming, implementing it into our society and the way we live, implementing it into our workplaces, environments, the warehouse. You know what I'm saying? AI is coming to take over and they see it. You feel me? This is the CEO of Google, you know what I'm saying? And Alphabet, you know what I mean? Which is the mother company of Google, you know what I mean? Definitely letting you know that it's red flags. And a lot of them are saying that they are unsure of the future of it. You know what I'm saying? We seen in the clip, he was talking about a super intelligence. You know what I'm saying? That's when AI is going to become sentient. And that's when it's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? When AI and robots and all this stuff and the learning process, the algorithms, when they start thinking for themselves without a programmer, that's when we definitely gonna have issues. You know what I mean? That's gonna be the end game. You know what I'm saying? They're already trying to push everything towards a digital currency. They're trying to shake off cash. You know what I'm saying? So it's just wild, man. The more digital things are, the more control that they are going to have over everything that is digital. You know what I mean? This is the definitely ultimate plan, in my opinion, for the future. You know what I'm saying? Totalitarian control, you know what I mean? I think that's what this is all about. I think that's what the AI run is all about. Digitalizing currency, I think that's what that's all about. You know what I'm saying? Others we've seen in other overseas, United Kingdom and all that, they have social scores in China. I'm saying they have certain social scores and certain little points that you get to buy meats. And I'm saying once you hit a limit, they just won't let you buy meat no more type. It's wild stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep you updated on it all right here on this podcast, you know what I mean? As long as you subscribe, got that subscribe button pushed, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep you updated on this wicked world and everything going on in it, you know what I'm saying? But that's all I got for today. Those are 3 topics I got for today, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in, you feel me? In case you had to do something, in case you was pulling up, in case you was rolling up, in case you had to go break up a fight with the kids was tripping, you had to get up and leave the TV, you know what I'm saying? This is everything we just went over. I just let you know some new updates on that Tekashi house being robbed. Some new updates on that. How people were saying it was the Island Boys. I showed you some clips of the Island Boys addressing the allegations and rumors. Also let you know about the David case. He is now being suspected as a suspect in the case of Celeste Rivas. You know what I mean? Also let you know that Google CEO Sundar Pichai gave a warning about the future of AI as they roll out Gemini 3.0. You know what I mean? But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. No, you know what I'm saying? That's everything I got for you today. Episode 333. You know what I mean? Episode 333. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. You know what I mean? 'Cause we all know you could have been doing anything you wanted to do in the world, no matter who you was. You know what I mean? Whether you was little brother, little sister, older brother, older sister, whether you was a niece, a nephew, a auntie, a uncle, a grandpa, whether you was a mother, a father, whether you was cousin P, cousin Lulu, cousin Man, cousin Bookie, cousin Tookie, cousin PP, whoever you was. And if y'all got pets that's sitting there right along with you as you watch Kons Podcast, whether your pet could be a cat, you have a pet dog, a pet hedgehog, you have a pet hyena, a pet bearded dragon, a pet alligator, you have a pet giraffe, you have a pet lion, a pet tiger, you have a pet koala, a pet sloth, whoever your pet is, not me. As long as they watch a Kons Podcast, give them that good salute, like you see the homie scrolling up the screen, you feel me? The beat you hear creeping up in the background as the credits gonna roll up, you feel me? It was made by none other than amazing beats. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to our amazing beats, man. Let our amazing beats holler at y'all in the background while you get my last minute comments on these topics in the credits as they brought up. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me keep you updated on this wicked world. It's been episode 333. You know what I mean? Have a good middle of the week on this good hump day.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? Don't you? You hate me, 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 don't you?
Hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that?
You hate me, don't you?